Hi guys, Shelly here with Sew Shelly Quilts. So I'm appliquing this little piece of linen onto the back of this piece of lace. I've turned the edge. This is going to become a little ring bearer's pillow out of my grandmother's antique lace. So what I want you to see, several things. Number one, the little 23 foot that I'm using is awesome. It's very short from front to back, and it's clear so that I can see. But right here, I'm about to go over a bump. And so I'm going to put my needle back down, and you know how we use our height compensating tools for denim and jeans and things? But this is also going to be really helpful right here for me to get over this bump. Even though it doesn't look like that big of a bump, I would certainly have to push. There's multiple layers of this linen folded right there, and I don't want to have to push to get that over. So I'm just going to raise the foot and put that height compensating tool underneath, and now scoot it over to make sure I don't hit it. So now as I'm sewing, there is no bumping or pushing at all. It's just going to sew along the edge perfectly until I feel like we're past the bump. And there, that bump is all behind now, and I didn't have even any pushing at all to get that in place. So that's a really nice use of your height compensating tool. It's not just for jeans. Oh look, mine's kind of bowed out, but it's a good tool. The foot itself, this numbered little 23 foot, a little race car of a foot, short from front to back, and so it easily turns. You'll see I'm making these curves without even stopping to lift the presser foot. And it's not a really tight curve, but on a longer foot they're tight enough that you might have had to pause and raise and lower the presser foot. But the length from the front of this foot to the back is very short, and a regular presser foot would have a much longer toe out here to be driving around and not be nearly as easy to see either. So I'm just using a regular blind stitch, number 1331, and it's got stitches on the side and a bite in. I did not narrow that bite, even though I could have, but I kind of, because it's so much handwork, I kind of wanted this to look like a little bit of sewing showed. So I'll show you the end result in a second. I'm coming up on it right here. I'll make sure that edge stays, and I'm going to trim this original thread. I pulled the bobbin up so they're both on this side, and I'll stitch over that. I'll back stitch a couple, and then we'll pull our needle out, pull our thread out, and so here's the end result. So that's where I did not make it narrower, so you can see that little bite all along, but I intended that to be that way just because of the hand stitching. So that's a 60 weight bottom line, a very thin thread, and I just thought that was going to look kind of hand picked. If I'd made the stitch much narrower and only had it bite into the edge, it wouldn't have looked like that. So let's look real quick at the whole project. Here is the front, and I have embroidered on the front of this old piece of linen with this ring ivy wed. Then I've attached some ribbons that I'm going to practice with and maybe reattach, but somehow to tie the two rings on. So this was just a round doily. And then for the back, I took a napkin with a finished edge and I cut it in half. So this would have been the outside edge of the napkin, and I overlapped it so that would be a finished inside edge. So now I have a place to open the back. I did, while I was appliquing, close it with that Wonder Tape, which I'll pull all of that out, and I'll put a little custom pillow form in, and then I will hand stitch this shut. So then I'll have this beautiful little, let's see if I can get it far enough for you to see it, little ring bearer's pillow. So this is Shelly with So Shelly Quilts. Those ribbons look awful. They won't when there's diamonds hanging on them. Diamonds will clean up anything. So anyway, that was the 23 foot really helping me out on this project. And that height compensation tool also helping me out on this project. Talk to you later. Bye.